Cooking for non-vegans. Several times out of the year, we have family come and stay with us, and given that we live in Barcelona and our family live in other countries or continents, they're usually staying with us for a decent amount of time, and none of our family are vegan or even close to it. So I'm always trying to make meals that I know that they will enjoy, that are very filling, and that also have the same kind of flavors that they're used to eating. So in today's episode, I'm gonna show you some very simple meals that I made for my parents whenever they were visiting me a few weeks ago. My parents were here for my birthday, and I don't know why, but I really like just getting dressed up and staying home on my birthday. So that is what we did. We just stayed home and cooked a meal together. I put my dad to work in the kitchen. His job was to make the sausages. He is definitely used to making sausages, just not vegan ones, so he's learning. I love cooking together with people when they come visit. It's always fun to just have some different company in the kitchen. We used Beyond sausages. I love making these for meat eaters because they seriously do taste like meat, and everyone always loves them. Meanwhile, I peeled and cubed some potatoes and got them ready to roast in the oven. I absolutely love roasted potatoes, and these were really good because they came out really nice and crispy. A key to getting them crispy is to preheat the olive oil. This really helps them to crisp up really nicely. My dad also sauteed some onion and red pepper to have as vegetables, and then we just put it all together and ate them on some hot dog buns. I also just added a little side of baked beans just to have something extra. My parents really loved this because it was the kind of food that they really like to eat at home. And then since it was my birthday, we had to have some cake. My husband just bought this one for me, and it was really delicious. One day I made a vegan omelette for lunch. I have made these a few times for guests, and they're always a hit. I like making mine with chickpea flour. It really gives a good consistency and is also high in protein, which is always a plus. I just mix that together with some nutritional yeast for a slightly cheesy flavor, along with some turmeric, salt, and ground black pepper. And then one key ingredient to a vegan omelet is black salt. This is also called kala namak. It's pretty crazy because it gives off an eggy flavor and really does make it taste more like eggs. I also added some spinach. I like doing that just because I like adding something green to the omelet. Then I just cooked it up on both sides. I was going to add cheese, but it honestly really didn't need it, so we just left it as is. We all really enjoyed this, and so did my girls. One night, whenever it was really cold, I decided to make some chicken noodle soup. And just for the record, you guys, whenever I say I'm cooking with chicken on this channel, I always am referring to plant-based chicken. So for this soup, I just decided to go with classic chicken noodle soup flavors because I know my parents love that. I just sauteed some onion, carrot, and celery, then added some water and broth cubes. Then I added some chickpeas for extra protein, along with some plant-based chicken. I like to cut the chicken in smaller pieces for soups like this. Then I got some additional help with adding all of the chicken pieces to the pot. This turned out really delicious. It was warming, filling, and my parents said several times how much they liked it. When I can, I like to have something homemade in the kitchen that people can just quickly grab as a snack. So I decided to make some banana muffins. These were really fun to make. My girls joined in too. We used coconut sugar here as a sweetener and added some ground flax. Then we just added some oil and plant-based milk and mixed that all together. Then for the dry ingredients, I just decided to use some regular white flour for these, and then just added some oats to make them a little bit more hearty. Here I had also already mashed up the banana. Then we mixed together the wet and dry ingredients. I'm always having to give everyone a turn to stir. And then we divided them equally into a muffin baking dish and baked them for 20 minutes. These really came out good. They were super moist and just a really nice snack to have on hand. So I got my hands on some ripe, nice avocados, so I decided to make some guacamole. But whenever I have people over, I love making dips. I just feel like when everyone is around the table eating a dip, it's just a good vibe. So here I just went for the basic guacamole recipe, some avocados, red onion, fresh tomato, along with some garlic. I like using some, but not too much. And then lots and lots of fresh lime juice, a good amount of salt, and a big handful of cilantro. I just love seeing all of these bright, fresh colors together. Then boom, I just blended it all together. Seriously, so simple and quick. Then we went outside to enjoy the nice day and the fresh guac. Many times when we have people staying at our house, I like to make quesadillas just because they are fun to eat and they are super easy to make. This time I just used some canned black beans. These actually were cooked with some onion and garlic already, so they had some extra flavor. And then I added some corn for a pop of sweet. Then I just mashed all of that up. This was pretty flavorful as is since the beans were already flavored, but sometimes I like to add something like taco seasoning, cumin, or chili powder. Then I just scooped some into the tortillas and folded them over to make nice little quesadillas, and I just cooked them on both sides until they were nice and toasty. So simple. We just ate these with the guac that I had made earlier along with some veggies. So I hope you were able to get some inspiration on some super simple meals to make whenever you have people over. Let me know in the comments, what are your go-to meals whenever you have guests? If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.